It's another beer from the new range of Sainsbury's. This is an Urban Fog. Brewdog and Mikkeller make a beautiful New England IPA. Well, is it beautiful? There's only one way to find out. Keep on watching. Let's get ready to rock. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing Urban Fog. It's a New England IPA with Brewdog and Mikkeller. Part of obviously the Brewdog collaboration. It's the same sort of graphics with this sort of shiny sort of, I don't know what you call it, lines, but obviously each one's slightly different colour, but they're very identifiable. We had Brewdog with Northern Monk, we had Brewdog with Cloudwater, we've had Brewdog with Modern Times, and we've had Brewdog with Salt. Well, I say we've had Brewdog with Salt, but I haven't actually still managed to get hold of it yet. So that's still one that's slipped through my fingers, as it were. Hopefully we'll be able to get that one soon. But this one, out of the blue, 6.5%. Let's crack this open, get it in a glass, see what it's all about. The sort of themed, you know, the Brewdog versus themed, have been reasonably good. Certainly the New England IPA. So I'm interested to see this one. Mikkeller, you do see a few in Sainsbury's. Not really anywhere else. Not one of those sort of beer brands, because I think they're Danish, that you see a lot, unless you go buy direct from them. So it's interesting that they've come into the supermarket. So whether, I mean, obviously they're probably brewed at Brewdog, so I'm not quite sure what Mikkeller are doing with it, but let's see what it's like. Beer in a glass. Well, we've got a deep orange, 2 fingers of just off white, compacted head. I mean, you know, it is a little bit Groundhog Day in terms of like, yeah, it's an orange IPA. Exactly what it is. A bit, again, I would say for an IPA, this is a little, for a New England IPA, sorry, this is darker than I would normally like. So I am expecting more along the lines of a stone fruit type. It doesn't tell us what hops are, what's in it, but you know, by looking at that straight away, I would be surprised if it, I'd be very surprised if it hasn't got mosaic in it. So let's get some aromas. Yeah, I'm getting a lot more mango and peach. There's a bit of citrus in there, just trying to sort of... The thing is with stone fruits is that they can be very dominant in terms of the aromas and the flavours. So it's very much a peach and mango sort of beer. Maybe a bit of passion fruit in there as well. But those are the sort of trios that sort of go together, create this sort of orangey colour. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. Very strong in mango. I don't know, peach, I'd say less so. It doesn't have that sort of lightness that a peach and juiciness of a peach. It's got much more of that sort of over-ripened mango flavour. But what else has it got? Well, not much else really. Mango can be a very dominant fruit. It's fairly soft. There's no bitterness. It's mango. Am I getting any grapefruit in there? Not really. There's a slight sort of hint of a grapefruit, as there is a slight hint of a citrus fruit. But for me, it's, if you'd called this a mango IPA, I wouldn't have disagreed with you. It's very strong on mango. Maybe what else I'm getting in there is the other sort of stone fruit out of those trio of peach, mango, and that's apricot. It's a little bit harsher, I think, than a lot of the New England IPAs I like. I think I've said it before. In fact, I've probably said it a million times. I do like my New England IPAs, that they look, when I see them, when they come through, they're very light, yellowy, straw coloured. I get more excited because I know I'm going to get more citrus, grapefruit, pineapple in there. When I see them come through in an orangey colour like this, I know straight away I'm going to get stone fruits. I might get some more orange, passion fruit, those sort of flavours. And I might get grapefruit, but I'm unlikely to get pineapple, and I'm unlikely to get those sort of lemon and lime flavours. And that's this. I mean, it's a solid New England IPA. but it's not the best New England IPA. In fact, it's not even the best New England IPA in a supermarket. I still think the Northern Monk ones are superior, whether that be a Scafell, whether that would be a Transy, which is a double dry hopped IPA, or the new one, the Faith in the Futures. They are superior in terms of New England IPA. We recently had the Tiny Rebel 505 New England IPA. That's better than this. It's a good beer, but in a crowded market of New England IPAs, there's nothing that jumps out that makes it exciting or something different. You know, it's just a solid beer which you can't go wrong from. If I had drank this beer, you know, 9 months or so ago, before I started drinking as many beers that I have drank in the last year, probably would have said this was a stunning, great beer, because it's really nice and juicy. It's got a soft mouthfeel. It's not overly carbonated. It's light to medium in terms of its body. But New England IPAs I've had a lot of, and I almost know in the first time I taste it if it's going to be a great one or just an average one. And as I say, I love New England IPA, so an average New England IPA to me is still a good beer. You know, I still would take an average New England IPA over a really good West Coast or a really good, I don't know, Pale Ale. Yeah, really, because that is just my style, my favourite. So that's the Urban Fog. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for the Urban Fog. It's a Brewdog versus Mikkeller New England IPA, 6.5%. Available in Sainsbury's right now as of May 2021. £3. Pretty good. Pretty good, just good. It's a good beer. We'll start with the aroma. Well, I mean, the aroma of this beer, mangoes all day long. It probably, there was a bit more peach, I think, in the aroma, a little bit more juiciness in the aroma. So it's a pretty solid aroma. I'm giving it 13 out of 20. Appearance, well, again, although I say I prefer my yellowy, custardy, straw-coloured beers, this is a lovely, hazy orange beer. We've got nice lacing of the glass. We've still got a retained of a little half a finger of head. I think, you know, that looks good. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Flavour-wise, well, similar to the aroma, it's definitely on the stone fruit spectrum of flavour, really. So mango being a big dominant flavour. And it's, you know, that's the thing with mango. It's very a strong flavour, you know, and there's not really much else going on, really. It's just a nice mango flavour. Then you get little pockets of slightly sort of stronger, maybe slightly a little bit bitter. So you get more like an apricot sort of flavour coming into it. I'm still not picking up much in the way of citrus or, you know, in terms of lemons and limes and grapefruits. Not picking up any of that, really. And there's no pineapple. And there's not really orange. Maybe a bit of passion fruit, but mango is the dominant flavour. But it's nice. It's just nice. I mean, it's a nice, what a horrible word to describe something, but it is nice. It's pleasant. It's agreeable. You know, I can't use superlatives that are better. It's not like, wow, it's so juicy, it's so stunning, it's so flavoursome. It's just a very solid New England IPA. Nothing to write home about, nothing to scream from the rooftops, oh, you've got to try this beer. It's just all right. Flavour-wise, I'm giving it what I call me all right score at a 32 out of 40. Value for money, well, this is where the points go up, because like this is a £3 New England IPA. I think that's pretty damn good value for money. You know, I've had New England IPAs that have been similar to this that I've paid £4.5, £5 from a bottle shop. Supermarket beers, they're going to be less. You don't expect to pay much. £3 though, I think it's a solid price. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And then finally, my overall experience, well, there's nothing wrong with this beer. You know, if you'd given this to me and I drank it, I would have gone, yeah, that's not bad. Yes, it's an IPA. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a New England IPA, but it's just a nice IPA with a, you know, it's a reasonably soft, but not the softest mouthfeel. It's quite juicy, but not the freshest juice. it's just all right. So I'm giving it 13 for my overall experience. So we tighten those scores up and we get a 75. It's a recommended beer. It's slap bang in the middle of those 70s. And to be honest, that is where I think it really should sit, really. You can't say it's a bad beer. It's not an average beer. It's above average, so I would recommend it. But there are so many better New England IPAs out there. In the supermarket, the Northern Monk ones I think are better. And even, let's just say, the new Tiny Rebel one I think is equally as good. So this is a good beer. Give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you drank this and thought, this is the best thing since sliced bread, the best beer you can buy in supermarkets? I'm interested to know your reasoning behind that, what you think. Maybe your massive stone fruits are your thing, you know, and you love a beer with a stone fruit flavour in it. So it's the Whitesnake beer. I'm going to slide it in slow and easy. And until the next one, you know what you're going to do. Keep on rocking.